Okay, so we're going to do a lesson this week. Mystic is going to come in every day this week and do a lesson with you. Hold on just a second. She's going to give me this little shield thing so I can. Alright, so the first thing that we're going to do last week, I think it was last week, that you started with me and then you finished up with Miss Phillips.
I am Sam.
I am Sam.
I don't like that book.
So you remember this book? Alright, so let's go back and talk for
I know
just a
that
moment.
book. I know. I said,
Good job, I love that you guys remember how to read that. And Sam was a what? What was Sam? Sam was a snake, right? And Sam did a lot of different things in the book,
He
didn't
turned
he?
into a pyramid.
He turned into what?
A pyramid.
Okay, and so he turned into a period. He also turned into what else?
An exclamation mark.
An exclamation mark. What else did he turn into?
A question
A
mark.
question mark. Good job. Look at me go. How cool am I now? All right, so I'm going to pull this down so that you guys can see my mouth here in just a moment, okay? All right, so Sam did a lot of different things last week. We're going to read again about Sam this week, but someone else as well, okay? So before we do that, using, which remember, I'm so glad that you guys remember this Phillips did an excellent job. They knew the title, they pointed to the words and said every word on the title. I'm so proud of you. So this next activity should go pretty quickly, okay? I'm going to give you a word, and you are going to count out the word and then finger tap the sounds that you hear, okay? Those sounds are called phonemes. So sometimes you'll hear me call it a phoneme. Anytime you hear me say the word phoneme, I'm talking about the sound. A way to kind of help remember that is if you're on the phone talking to someone, you're listening, so you're hearing the sound, okay? So a phoneme is the sound the letter makes. So I'll do the first one for you. If I were to say the word am, everybody get your fists ready to come, okay? You would say am, am, okay? So let's try that one more time, all right? Ready? Here we go. Am, am. All right. So let's try it with the word Sam. You ready? Fist up. Sam. Sam. All right. I need you to do it with me, okay? Fist up. You ready? Do it with me. Okay. Sam. 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 All right, I'm going to give you a new word that you didn't have in your book last week, okay? So I want you to listen really closely when we have this new word. Ham. Ham. Are you ready? Fist up. Ham. Ham. What sound did you hear at the beginning of ham? What phoneme? What sound do you hear at the beginning of ham? Let's try it again. Ham. Ham. What's that first phoneme we hear? Okay. The phoneme that we hear is. We know that the K can be made, or the sound can be made with a K, but it can also be made with a C. Very good. That is the letter that we're going to be talking about, which is not there. Hold on. Let's see if it's still in my bag over here. Oh, here it is. So we have the letter C, okay? And it makes, watch my mouth. My mouth. It makes the sound. Are you looking at my mouth? Look at my mouth. What is my mouth doing when I make that sound?
Opening.
Okay? My mouth is opening up, okay? Tell me about what your mouth, what's going on inside your mouth when you make that sound. Take your hand I want you to put it up underneath your mouth like this, okay? And I want you to say, what do you feel on your hand? Do you feel a puff of air?
Yeah.
Yes. So are you pushing air out of your mouth and you make that sound? Pushing air out? Can you feel that air you're pushing out? All right. So we're going to, your tongue, it's because your tongue goes in the back of your mouth back here. And it has to help that sound come out so it pushes that air out. Okay? All right, so let's talk just a little bit about some other sounds that we know. We know the sound, right? The sound. What can you tell me that's different between the sound and the sound?
They don't have the same word.
Okay?
They don't say the same thing.
They don't have the same sound or the same phoneme, that's correct. But I want you to think, listen to when I say, You see how that kind of stretches out? Does stretch out? No. Just what? Stops. It's a stop sound. Okay?
Not a stop sign.
Okay? I can't make that sound. I can't stretch out that sound. I'm pushing that air out of my mouth, and so I can't stretch it out. It's a stop sound, and it says, okay? All right. So let's say it again. Put your hand up underneath the mouth. Set the timer too. All right. So you hear that? You feel that puff of air coming out. That tells you that that's a stop sound because you're having to push that sound or that phoneme out of your mouth. Okay? All right. So let's blend some words together. Okay? These are words that we already practiced at the beginning, so I know that you can do it. So I'm going to challenge you just a little bit, okay? So, what's our word here? Right? And. Are those stop sounds? Is our A a stop sound? Or is it a stretch sound?
Yes,
It's a stretch sound. What about our M? Stretch sound or stop sound?
Stop.
Think about it's a stretch sound. So both of these are stretch sounds, okay?
I got them.
Okay? Now, since you showed me at the beginning that you already knew this word, okay? We're going to do something a little different, okay? Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about onset rhyme. All right? The onset of a word is anything that comes before a vowel. Who can tell me what our vowel is in this word? Who knows what our vowel is in this word? Okay? Our vowel, it gives you a little hint. It's a different color. It's in yellow. So what letter is this?
A.
A. What sound does A make?
Ah.
Okay? So this is our vowel sound. And guess what? In order to have a word, you have to have a vowel. Did you guys know that? You can't have a word without a vowel. You have to have a vowel. So this is our vowels in our word. So our onset is anything that comes before that vowel. Okay? So what is our onset phoneme or sound? That's the letter. What's the phoneme? What sound does it make? Very good. Okay, what is our rhyme part of the word? The rhyme is everything that happens from the vowel on. So what is our rhyme part of the word? Am. Very good. So if we blend these together, what would we get? Sam. All right. We already know these two right here are stretch sounds. What about our sound? Is it a stretch or a stop?
Stop.
What's our mouth? Oh, very good. I like how you did that. Stretch out that sound, that phoneme. Okay. All three of these were stretch sounds,
I
right?
don't get them right.
You don't get what?
I get none right. I get none right. Like, I don't get them right.
Oh, you're getting them right. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. All right. What was this sound that we did today?
D.
Okay. What sound does it make? The phoneme is. And we said it was a. It's a stop sound or it's a stretch sound. It's a stop sound. Okay. So here's our onset. Here's our rhyme. What's our rhyme? Listen. What's our rhyme? Am. Okay. So blend it together. No. What was our onset? What's our rhyme? Am. Blend it together. Can. All right. There is one thing that we forgot to do.
Oh yeah.
We forgot to practice writing our letter.
Yeah.
All right. Now here's the trick. As you write your letter, you have to say the sound. Okay? You have to say the sound. Okay? Oh, so let's see. I start here. Correct? I start here. Do I go this way? I don't. Which way do I go? Can you air write it for me? Can you air write the C? Is it a full circle?
No.
No.
You need a little practice.
I have to leave a little bit open. Okay, so I need to go this way, right?
Yep.
Tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Stop there. Is that a C? Should I keep going?
Stop.
Good. And that makes what sound?
Yes.
What sound does it make? What's the phoneme? That stop sound. Okay, so I want you to write 5 of them. And every time you write one, I want you to say the sound or say the phoneme. Here we go. I want to hear you.
I did.
I don't hear you. You're writing 5. I want to hear you. I don't hear you. Okay. Say the sound for me. No, not the letter, the sound. I want to hear you say it. Write the letter as you say it. Very good. Now I need to hear you. Okay? I want to hear you. I didn't hear you, but I want to hear you. Write the letter as you say it. All right. I want to hear you. All right. Can I hear you? Tell me your sound. Very good. All right. So let's erase our boards. Here. You know what else I forgot? I forgot to show the pictures. How dare I? I went completely off. Okay, with that lesson. What is this a picture of? A cat. What do you hear at the beginning of cat? What do you hear at the beginning? All right. What is this a picture of? Well, what is that coffee in? A cup. And what phoneme do you hear at the beginning of the cup? Erase it and let me see your boards. What phoneme do you hear at the beginning of cup? What phoneme do you hear at the beginning of coffee? Now remember, a phoneme is a sound, so if I ask for the phoneme, I need you to tell me the sound that it makes. If I ask for the letter name, then I need you to tell me that it's a C. Okay? All right, so let's put our markers back up. Let's put everything in the bag because we have a new book this week. When you're ready for the book, when you do what I ask, we'll be ready. All right, put it all back in the bag.
I got 2 inside.
Okay, so what was our book last week?
Sam, I am
Oh.
Sam.
Sam, good job. All right, well, guess what? Look at our book. Oh my goodness. So is Sam on here?
Yeah.
So you see Sam.
And
All right.
pigeon.
What is this? crow. Okay? A crow. Let's look at our title here. Does this look, well, no, does this look familiar? Let's blend it together.
I see. It's right there.
Remember?
I see one.
Okay, remember when we blended this onset and rhyme? Okay, listen, what was this phone name? And what was this? Am. Our rhyme was am. So what was our word? What did we say our word was? Remember? Am. Cam. Very good. So does that word look just like this word?
Yeah.
All right. So what do you think that this crow's name is? What do you think this crow's name is? Oh. Okay. Well, who is Sam? Remember last week we read Sam, and you guys already told me that Sam was the snake. So who do you think Ham is?
I think that's his name.
Do you think that's the crow's name?
Yeah.
It might be. All right. So let's talk a little bit about the front of our book here, okay? So let's read our title together. Ham and Sam. One more time. Put your mask on, please. What?
I see the C, A, and M.
And then you see on here what?
That's
That's his name. Really good.
Oh, yes.
C-A-M. So what's the title of our book?
Sam.
All right. I'm going to hand you a book. Don't open your book yet. Okay? Promise? Don't open your book. Open your book yet. Okay. So let's talk about the front of the book. Okay? So we know that this is Cam and Sam. We've already talked about Sam and all the neat things that he did last week. Okay? Don't open your book. I told you not to open your book. Don't open it. Okay? So, let's talk about what we think without looking at anything in our book, what we think may happen in this book. First of all, do you think Cam and Sam know each other?
Yeah.
Why do you think that?
Because he's holding not holding that tight.
Okay, so he has his arm around me, but he doesn't look like he's like being mean. It's kind of like, hey, pal, come over here. You're my friend. Okay?
Yeah, I think they're gonna marry.
Oh, well, I don't know. Well, we'll have to see. Where do you think that they're at? Where do you think
I
that
think
they're
school.
You think school? All right. Why do you think school? Why do you think they're at school?
Because it's green.
Okay, it's green. Okay, do you know what this is back behind them? Is that the 15-minute timer?
Well, I forgot to start the timer, so I started it at 10 minutes.
Oh.
It's been 18.
Okay, all right. Okay, we are going to talk a little bit tomorrow about where we think they are, and we're also going to talk about the authors and the illustrator. Okay? Oh, no, can't peek. The suspense.
They're at school.
The suspense for tomorrow. Oh my goodness. I want you to think really hard tonight